Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Rumors today flying around, actually saw it last night, it's probably been out there for a little bit, on the interwebs, on the internet, is that there is a 50 megapixel camera coming from Sony. Not surprising because Sony's rolling these things out at a steamroller pace, faster than a steamroller, jackrabbit pace. Currently, the A7R Mark II at 42 megapixels, I believe, is their most biggest, it's terrible phrasing, their highest megapixel camera. So 50, not a huge jump, another 8 megapixels, certainly significant, especially in a full frame camera. You're into competing very comfortably with medium format there. But the question is, how significant is this? If you own an A7R Mark II out there, are you all excited about 8 more megapixels and running to the punch to get your pre-order in for this baby? I mean, that's just theoretical, they're not in yet. But is it that important to you? Are you that excited about an upgrade to 50 megapixels from your 42 megapixel? Or if you've got one of the other A7s, are you that excited to jump all of a sudden up to 50? To me, it's less the megapixels and more some of the other enhancements, advancements that they could have brought out with this. And of course, there probably will be some. I'd like to see more advancements in autofocus. I'd like to see more advancements in follow focus, in live view. In other words, I want the camera to act more like a camcorder with the smooth tracking that you can do while you're filming, because that's a huge advantage. But I guess my question here, or my thoughts are, I'm just thinking about what is the impact of a Sony 50 megapixel camera coming out. Are you really excited about a 50 megapixel? Those of you out there that have an A7R Mark II, are you really excited about 50 coming out? For those of you that are considering buying an A7R Mark II, is this putting that on ice because you're going to wait for the new 50 megapixel one? Is this just more of the cameras now, the camera manufacturers are bleeding in the sense that the sales are going down, and cameras aren't selling like they used to. So many cameras, even the entry-level ones, are so good now that people don't feel the need to update and upgrade. And for the vast majority of people, their cell phone in their pocket. I've got a Samsung S5 that takes wonderful pictures. Its biggest negatives to it is it doesn't zoom on the lens, and it doesn't have a good high ISO ability. Although, not awful for a camera at high ISO, I've got to tell you. So is this just more of a camera company, Sony? And interesting that I think of Sony as a camera company now, because a few years ago you wouldn't have even thought that. But is this just more of them trying to stem the flow, stem the bleeding, trying to stop the downward, descent of sales? Obviously there's some of that to it, but how much is that? What do you guys think? Are you really excited about 50 megapixel camera from Sony? Or is it just, if you'd still buy an A7R Mark II tomorrow, if you have an A7R Mark II, you'd keep it? What do you think? Is 50 megapixels just so many megapixels you don't even want that many because of the hard drive space and the storage space? Despite the fact that they're cheaper, it's still, more significant. What do you guys think? Let's have a discussion about the Sony 50 megapixel camera coming out. And leave your comments below, have a discussion, and we'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks, folks.